The following is a rebroadcast of TV50's Candlepin Stars and Strikes. TV50 Sport and the New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association present Candlepin Stars and Strikes. From Sandy's Bowling Lanes in Windham, it's the $2,000 Valley Window and Siding Championship.
Gonna split it. Look at this.
Yes! Wow! Right in the pocket.
Oh, there was never a doubt about that one. Looking ball.
And now, here are your hosts for Candlepin Stars and Strikes, Scott Brown and Dan Murphy.
Hi, everybody, and welcome once again for another Sunday noontime to Sandy's Bowling Lanes on Route 28 in Windham, and we are at Week 3 now in the Valley Window and Siding Championship. This 5-week series being brought to you in part by the Valley Window and Siding Company in Haverhill, and of course they're providing a lot of extra prize money, and that provides a lot of extra competition, and we've got some pretty good bowlers going after the money.
Yeah, when that prize money starts increasing too, and a little more tension, a little more pressure on the bowlers, but got two great bowlers bowling today. I'm sure they've been bowling each other for a long time. They've been around the game a long time, Bob Moran and Bob Francoeur, so it should be an interesting one.
All right, let's meet our two bowlers in this third week of the 5-week ladder series. First of all, Bob Moran from Billerica. He's been with us one time previously. This will be his second appearance, of course, and he's a good one.
He certainly is. He lost to Jackie Ray. I believe it was 393, 390 the last time. An exciting match, and he holds one of those records that many of us would like, a 200 high single.
Indeed. Now you have a 200 high single, don't you?
Only when I kept my own score.
I see. I thought that was how it worked. And Bob, of course, will be battling another Bob, the guy who won here last week on Stars and Strikes, Bob Francoeur, who got things cranking up a little bit in the third string.
Well, he threw a big strike, the 10th frame of last week's match, which eventually made the difference in the match. And he couldn't get it going until that third game. Instead, he took a couple deep breaths and he was on his way. But I look forward to a real interesting match with these two veterans.
All right, we're moving up the ladder, of course, and that means we're moving toward the higher seeds and the bigger prize money. We'll tell you more about that a little bit later on in the show, and also a little later on, the address for you to send in your postcard to join our bonus ball jackpot contest. We'll have $70 on the line at the end of this week's show. Hope you have your postcards in. If not, we'll tell you how to do it. And we're going to have these two guys start off this match. It should be a good one. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back. All right, in our previous 2 weeks here on this Valley Window and Siding Ladder Championship, first week, Skip Davis, the number 5 seed, knocked off Lee Brown. Then last week, Bob Francoeur, in turn, knocked off Skip Davis. And so now, we move up to the third week of the match, third week of the series, rather, and our number 3 seed, Bob Moran, is in to provide the opposition, and Bob's ready to start us off here on lane 32. That was quite a match when Bob was here with us back on December 1st of last year. Rolled a 390 and lost to Jack Ray.
I remember that. Yeah, that's the day you were supposed to bring me my Christmas present. You didn't bring it in.
That's right. I lost your address. Jack Ray came up in the final frame of that match needing a mark and a 6 to tie, and he threw a strike with a 9 on it to win by 3. And the two of them, Bob and Jack, very, very good friends, as are the two gentlemen today, and they're looking forward to this one.
Oh,
there's the big one.
No doubt about that one. Bob breaks the ball off a little bit from right to left. He hits it dead in 1-2 pocket here, and there's no way that kingpin was going to stand up. First mark.
Excuse me, Dan. You'll hear a lot of enthusiastic response for both of these guys during this match. Bob Francoeur back after his win last week. Bob had 13 marks in that win last week, and he grouped 6 of them into the last string, which was a 143. And he needed all of them. He trailed by 2 going into that third string, and Skip Davis put on a furious 4 consecutive mark finish to make it very close at the end.
Yeah, he really needed a double strike, and we both thought he threw a crash and 9 drop in that 10th frame, and we thought it would have been a strike, but exciting match.
Nope.
A little light on that 3-pin, not enough to carry the 10. So early in the match, looks like Bob Moran's going to grab the early lead.
Bob will come up now working on a strike. Oh, yes.
Wow. Carbon copy of the last one. 1-2 pocket again. And again, no doubt about it.
The 6 and the 7 going out.
Wow.
Simultaneously.
Powerful ball. Double strike for Bob Moran. Looking for the turkey. 3 in a row. Looks good. Oh, a little heavy that time. $7-10. Going to play the wood out in front. Carry the ball off the wood toward the 7 and have the wood take the 10. Like that.
Oh,
nice
yes.
shot.
Great start for Bob Moran.
This ball almost flies over the 7-pin, but right on the red line, just on the way up, clips that 7-pin.
Wow. Good look at it there on the replay.
One, 2, and 10.
He's got a shot at it. Ooh.
A little in between. Not enough on the head pin to carry the 2-pin. Oh, nice 10.
That was the shot he was looking for on the first one. Bob Moran jumping out to a quick lead. That's what a double will do for you. Last week, if you were with us, you remember that Bob Francoeur had very few problems on lane 32, but over here on lane 31, the left lane of the pair, he did have some problems adjusting, and he was trying to move over several boards at different times to try and make up for it. And he had a light hit on his first ball here this particular time. So Bob's still looking for his first mark, Bob Francoeur, that is. Meanwhile, Bob Moran is just on fire here to start things off.
3 marks, but he's already 68 in the 4th plus a ball. Those double strikes will mount up real fast. Wow.
What was that you were saying about strikes?
Wow. Look at this one. This is faster than the other 2. Boy, he's got that 1-2 pocket zeroed in. This time a little bit off target. 3-6 with a sleeper, the 9 in the back. Piece of wood in front of the 3 and the 6. He's got to have to come up high. I think it goes red line or below. It's not going to carry the 9. Oh, nice shot.
A 98 half for Bob Moran.
Not too shabby. There you see that last spare. Just enough to turn the wood to carry that 9-pin in the back. Wow. Well, it's makeable. 1-4-7 with a 9. Wood behind the head pin should give him some help. Nice shot.
Yes. Bob Francoeur's first mark. And all he can do is just try and pile up as many pins as he possibly can and hope it'll be enough. He's already facing a big deficit.
Drove that head pin right straight back, you saw in the replay, to carry the 9. Wood carried the 4 and 7. Oh boy, look at that. Don't see that very often. The 1 and the 5.
And a tough 5-box for Bob. And he is going to have his work cut out for him here. Bob Moran is just on fire. Get a look over Bob's shoulder this time on lane 32. He's working on a spare.
Interesting shot. 1-3 pocket this time. It's going to go.
Not quite.
Oh. Maybe this is why in his personal stats he has a 200 high single. 117 after 6 completed frames. Wow.
Oh, he's right on it.
Yep.
There's no doubt about it. That's 6 in a row. 3 spares and 3 strikes in this cluster.
I'd like to mention that Bob Moran is a member of the WCBC Pro Tour.
Oh, that's the first time he hasn't really had a nice pocket hit. And it'll be just a 4 on the spare and the spread eagle to boot.
Let's see, he likes to go 3-6 or the 2-4. I'd say you go 3-6, hoping to split the pins and maybe catch that wood. That's what he's trying to do. No, too far right.
And he'll work out with a 7. The first pins that Bob has left standing in this string.
Well, Bob Francoeur's only hope here is to try to get 3 or 4 marks here. This match could be over early. The diamond. Oh, no luck, Bob. No luck at all on that one.
In this game, it's not as easy as just digging in on defense.
That's right.
Nice pocket hit for Bob that time, and Bob Moran got halfway out of his chair. He thought it was going to be a strike.
When things go bad, though, solid 9-pin drop, but not an easy spare. 8-pin, piece of wood looking right at him. Got to turn it. No, he's too far left. That's what he wanted to do, but even it's a tough shot.
Bob Moran is going to have a great string, no matter what happens from here. Spare leave, triangle right, 3, 5, 6. Right through the center of it. Boy, he gave that a ride.
He did. Not going to settle for just a 9. He wants a 10. 147 with a box to go. Not a bad opening game.
In his appearance last December, Bob had strings of 127, 122, and 141. So he's already topped those 3, and he's not done yet.
That's his 4th strike in this game, along with 3 spares. 157 and a ball. 2 balls.
Bob has just become the 7th bowler here on the show to roll 4 strikes in 1 string, and he almost got 5. Make it the 8th bowler to do it. And there is the spare. And an outstanding 167 for Bob Moran. And a round of applause well deserved. 8 marks, 4 spares, 4 strikes. Bob Francoeur just missing the head pin, but he'll have a shot at this, the 127.
Yeah, 127 got some help behind. He's on that head pin. Should carry the other 2. Oh, he's going to slide by. Just caught it. Nice spare for Bob. Our hope is to fill it up here, get another one, and see what happens the second and third games.
Kind of a statistical oddity that the previous 7 bowlers that had rolled 4 strikes in one game here on the show had all done it in the 3rd string of a match, all 7 times. Bob Moran, of course, doing it here in the 1st string.
Oh, nice try there.
Well, Bob Francoeur is going to have quite a mountain to climb here as Bob Moran posting a 167 opening string. We'll be back. Details on how you can join us in the bonus ball jackpot contest at home, and we'll have more on Stars and Strikes right after these messages. Don't go away. Bob Francoeur right now will start off this middle string. He is trailing by a bundle, thanks to that 167 opener by Bob Moran.
Boy, wasn't that something. Boy, those strikes went, too. There was no doubt about any one of them. Bob still fighting a little bit. One side of the head pin to the other.
Last week he struggled in the first 2 games and then put it together for that 143 in the 3rd game.
He's got to put it together a little quicker this week, I think, being down that many pins.
On the head pin a little light, but it'll be a spare leave. And he'll get it off the wall. Thought maybe he was going to get robbed again.
Bob Francoeur come back and said, "This is a good sign. Just trip that, make the bucket." He kicked the bucket. That's always a tough spare to make. One of the few times that Bob Moran has missed the head pin with that first ball.
And he'll miss it again and leave it. Two more weeks remaining in this Valley Window and Siding Championship Series with the big money still yet to come, but the 2 guys who will be coming in the succeeding weeks, Dan, both are from Claremont. We'll be having some representation from that area of the state.
Yes, Skip Paronto and Steve Vadney, they both bowl against each other all the time at Newport Lanes up in Sunset Lanes in Newport. So be interesting to see if whoever wins this match, if Skip Paronto can knock him off, that'll be an all Claremont final. I think one of these bowls have something to say about that, though. Well, 2 opens for Bob Moran. Chance for Bob Francoeur to make up some ground.
He'll be filling a spare in that 2nd box. His 3rd mark of the match.
Yes, and he hasn't fared too well in the other 2. In fact, well, one in the 5th box. He got 2 on it, but he hit the head pin. Got the 1 in the 5 only. This looks a little better. Not much. 2, 4, 7 with a 6 and a 10. Trying to split the 2 and a 4. Oh boy, way left.
And
Nice out.
a 9 out. Bob Francoeur works as a maintenance engineer for Nashua Corp. Bob Francoeur's high single at 197 and Bob Moran's at 200. Will it go? No.
The way Bob Moran started off that first game, I thought he was going to establish himself a new high single. And 98 for the first 5.
The highest single we have had here on Stars and Strikes, by the way, in case you're interested, is 196 by Rick Farwell. That was way back on June 3rd, 1984.
Was that mark in every box, Doug? That I believe it was. Didn't he mark
Yes,
in
it
every
was.
box?
In fact, it was 11 marks in the string.
He had a fantastic memory.
As he had a spare strike in the 10th. Thanks for setting me up with these things, Dan. I'll give you the check later.
Doug has put together all the statistics into his little computer and printed everything out. Everything we know about Stars and Strikes is
Some of the stuff we don't know.
Right. Well, 3 fill on that spare. 4 fill, I'm sorry, for Bob Moran.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Where'd that pin come from? Looked like he was going to leave the 5 pin. Pin come flying off the sidewall and came back and killed that 5.
Bob Moran
See
has
the break.
10 marks in the first 14 boxes. That last one right there, taking us to a break. We'll be back with more of Stars and Strikes. Don't go away. Just about halfway through the 3rd week of our 5-week Valley Window and Siding Championship Series. Valley Window and Siding in Haverhill, Mass., the major sponsor of this championship, and Bob Francoeur trying to answer back.
A little breather during our break. He comes back and throws this kind of ball. Maybe he wants to break for another commercial. 1-2 pocket. 10 pins, the last one they're going to go. Looking for a double. You made. Wood's moving behind it.
Watch out. It's a very shallow gutter here at Sandy's, and the wood often will slide right out as it did just then.
And get 2 pieces of wood out in front of that 6 pin. It looks like he's got a good angle. Yes. Strike spare.
There aren't any regulations on how shallow the gutter can be, is there?
Yes, there are. Yes.
Glad I asked.
And I may get cards and letters on this, but don't quote me, but I believe it's 1.25 inches from the head pin, tapering back to at least a 1/2 inch, the shallowest part. That's even with the pin plate. But before you send your cards and letters, I'm going to check those. I'm in the ballpark anyways. In fact, we're going to ask Bob Bover, because he's the New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association lane inspector. They have to be sanctioned lanes. They have to meet certain specifications, and that's Bob's job to go around and check and make sure everyone's conforming. So maybe in the next break we'll check with him and come back with the exact measurements.
Bob is our lob line judge today. Carol Downey, of course, working the big scoreboard as always, and Bob Moran gets the 10 pin to kick out.
Really needed that one to go. He had the 4-7, 10, trip to 10 for 4-7. Looks like the wood's in good shape for him.
Mark number 11 for Bob Moran.
Oh, Bob Francoeur's got nothing to do with just try to keep marking.
And that'll help. 20 more for Bob Francoeur. Yep.
Here's the replay. Let's try the 1-2 pocket this time, Bob. 9 and 10, gone. Spare, strike, and another strike, spare, and another strike for Bob. Ah, look at that one. Got away from him.
Not quite enough. Hit it a little light. Bob Moran working on another mark. Seems like every time he's come up there, he's been working on a mark. 7 this time, but not a real good spare leave. The 2, 4, 6 with no wood.
Well, 2 ways to make it. Trying to split the 2 and the 4 and have the 2 catch the 6, or inside of the 2 and have the 2 and 4 come off the sidewall.
Well, that strike 7 by Bob Francoeur here in the 7th will gain him some pins, 7 to be exact. But the lead is still 59. If you joined us late, you missed a great first string by Bob Moran. At one point he had 6 marks in a row, finished up with 20 in the 10th and had a 167.
It's not on the head pin and in the pocket the way he was that first game.
Oh, what a
that's
shot.
a shot.
Like they were on a string. They all went at once.
1-3 pocket and boom. No doubt about it. 93 in the 8th plus the ball. Final 2 for Bob Francoeur.
That's a strike ball if you throw it on the first one. Watch out for this wood coming back, and it won't have enough. Wood is frozen, apparently. It's sometimes tough to tell from back here, but it appears that it is. Won't matter.
Oh, he's just got to keep filling them and keep marking and hope Bob Moran slows down a little bit. He has considerably, but still not a bad game. 93 in the 8th plus the ball. Well, 6 with some possibilities. Even more possibilities coming into the picture here. 5, 6, 9, and 10. Trying to sweep the wood across.
Yep.
Bob.
And Bob Francoeur will be filling that one now. In the 10th. Plenty of wood there to help out. In the pocket.
Oh, wow, what a finish.
141 for Bob Francoeur.
Here's that last ball. A little flush this time, but good mix in action there. 4 and 7, last to go for a strike. 141. He's going to gain a few. How many remains to be seen?
This is on a spare. Well, Bob Francoeur put 7 marks rather, together in that second string, as Bob Moran did in the first. Oh, almost. That would have been a heck of a shot.
Tried to clip the cap of that piece of wood that was resting against the 6. Barely nearly pulled it off.
It would be a 9, 109 with 1 to go. And he's opposite 20 here in the 10th. Fading left, and the 10-pin will stay up.
Not too bad a lead for the ball that he threw. 1, 3, and 10. Ooh, elected to go outside the head pin. Left the 10.
Looked like that double wood might have cost him. It deadened that piece of wood that might have come off the wall.
Oh, Bob Francoeur is going to pick up a few.
It'll be a 118 for Bob Moran. And he will still have an outstanding total for 2. It'll be a little bit closer, but still some work to do for Bob Francoeur. It'll be 285 for Bob Moran, 236 for Bob Francoeur. Third and final string in this third round of the Valley Window and Siding Championship, coming up after these words. Ready for the third and final string. Bob Moran with a 49-pin lead, thanks to that huge 167 opener.
Okay, in the break, I checked with Bob Bover on the depth of those gutters. 3/4 of an inch, all the way the length of the pin plate, plus or minus a 1/16 of an inch. So they have to be right around 3/4 of an inch deep, all the way back. So I wasn't in the ballpark.
so there is conformity then from one house to another.
Right. As long as they belong to an association. I mean, there's some independent houses out there that they can practically do what they want, but they want to join. Most of them belong to their state associations, and then those regulations are set up. They must be followed.
Oh, nice shot, but it won't go. That was the way you hit that shot. $18 pair for Bob Moran, so Bob Francoeur with a couple of open boxes here. It's not going to be easy by any means, but he trails by 49, but
oh, the difference, as I look back right now, is the second and third boxes of that first game for Bob Moran, the double strike. And you mentioned that Bob Francoeur had 6 marks, as did Bob Moran the first string. But Bob Francoeur had 141 as opposed to 167. That's the double strike.
Right.
Oh, boy. Capped the wood one right between the 2 pins.
Bob crossing over to the Brooklyn side, and what a funny hit that was.
Real light, but it looks a lot worse than it is. If he's on that 3-pin, he's got a shot at making this. Looks good, too. Oh,
no,
my!
On the 4-pin. Wow. Bob Bover will have to take a run down and get that piece of wood. I don't know how the 4-pins stayed up.
You can tell Bob Bover is a rookie lob line judge. See, most of our veteran lob line judges don't walk in front of the camera.
Well, no, Bob just wants to be on TV.
Oh, is that what it
That's
is?
what it is, yeah. He's under the mistaken impression that if he appears on camera, we have to pay him. So,
oh, boy, is he misinformed. 247 with a 6 and a 10. Piece of wood, not too much help.
oh, great shot.
I eat my words. It was a lot of help. A lot of help. I don't think he would have made it without it. Clips the wood into the 6 and the 10. Oh,
almost the same lead, the
I was
reverse.
just going to say, there's almost the same shot on the opposite side, but he knocked down the 3-pin. So it leaves him with a much easier shot. 4 and 7, 6 and 10.
Bob needs 115 for a 400 triple.
I would say he's going to go 6-10. The wood, try to snap it off the wall over towards the 4 and the 7.
Oh, yes, indeed. And you saw the reaction on the end of that one from Bob Moran. That was a wonderful shot.
Just clipped the inside of the front middle piece of wood, carry the 4 and the 7. The ball takes the 6 and the 10. And that's a shot, friends.
Bob Francoeur with a chance. 1-2, 7-10. Coming back, and the 2 will stay. Runner-up in this week's show will take home the 4th place prize money of $125. The winner will move on. And coming in next week to provide the opposition will be our number 2 seed, Skip Paronto, Claremont.
Nice spear by Bob Francoeur.
Both bowlers with spares up in the 4th. And we'll be back to finish out the match here on Stars and Strikes. Don't go away. Bob Moran is working on a pretty good triple. He's got a spare up in the 4th. He had 285 coming in to this 3rd string. And seems about a sure bet at this point to get a 400. It's just a question of how much over 400 he'll go.
Three, 6, and 10. Another spare. And right back. He's back on the head pin, getting the spare leaves and making them. And he's going to be a tough man to catch now.
That's 15 marks. 3 in a row in this stretch. And how about that? A solid 5-7.
Now, the way he's bowling, a lot of confidence, he's just probably cut this 5-pin right into the 7.
Crowd would love it. I'd like to see it myself.
Watch. Oh, didn't come back for him.
Bob Francoeur now will work on a mark in the 4th.
Well, Bob's got his back to the wall. He's going to have to throw big marks and double strikes to have any chance at all.
Yeah, Bob Francoeur must have had a pretty helpless feeling early on in this one.
Oh. I know that feeling. He throws a big game and you're just off a little bit. 3 games, there's not much room for error.
Lead right now is 66. It's been just about even since that first game.
Well, it was the old bucket or diamond. And again, Bob wins out. Nice mark.
At this point, Bob Francoeur just rooting for Bob Moran to just go as high as he possibly can go. He's got a good triple going here, and everybody loves to see high scores.
Ooh, spread eagle.
Oh, watch out. Watch out.
I'll
The 2-pin is the only one still there.
Nothing is safe today with Bob Moran. Nice try. Very nearly picked up that spread eagle by splitting the 6 and a 10. Cleared out the 4 and the 7. Left that 2 pin. Got it for the 10. Wow. Made the shot one earlier.
Well, let's see.
Falls backwards. He's going to make it again. Not quite.
Couple of 10s. Bob will almost certainly get his 400 when he steps up the next time. He only needs 17 pins. Meanwhile, Bob Francoeur just trying to make the final total a little more respectable.
That's the way his day's gone. Look at this.
That's a 5 drop, not 4.5. And it's still there. Bob Francoeur is going to be at or over 350 probably when this is over, depending on what he does in the final 2, but it won't be enough here on Bob Moran Day.
Next week's challenger, Skip Paronto from Claremont, New Hampshire. Qualified second in the roll-off with 690.
Just 4 pins behind Steve Vadney, who had a 694.
And guess where the finals were held?
Newport.
Newport. I wonder if the home court has any advantage when you got 1-2 as Skip Paronto and Steve Vadney.
Bob over cleaning out a piece of debris.
This crowd throwing things?
Right.
Oh, spread eagle again.
Center. Yep.
He almost made it last time. Let's see.
He already has 15 marks in the match. Oh, he almost did it again. The same thing, leaving the 2 pin. I'd like to set that up for him again, just to give him another try. Twice he's had the spread eagle, and twice he's had 10s. That's not a bad record.
We'll have to kid him at the end of the show. What's the matter? Can't you make the spread eagle? Can't come any closer without making it, that's for sure.
And he'll need 1 more pin for 400.
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I'd say he's going to get at least 1. Maybe a spare. No.
That's what I like about you, Dan. You're a risk taker. 401, ball to go. 402. Congratulatory handshake from Bob Francoeur, who will now step up for his final 2. And it'll be a spare leave. Bob Moran probably figured, well, I rolled a 390 last time I was here and I lost, so I guess I have to do better.
Yeah.
One to go for Bob Francoeur. What's coming up after the next break, we will have the home contest and we will be back for that home contest. We'll tell you how Bob Francoeur made out in this last box. And we will head out to a break. We'll be back to wrap it up here on Stars and Strikes after these messages. Don't go away. All right, we're back on Stars and Strikes. Not much time to wrap it up. Bob Francoeur wound up with a spare 5 in that 10th frame for a 109 and a 349 total. And when you get that 167 against you right up at the top with a double strike and all that, it's pretty tough.
It sure is. And that ball was right in there. He earned it. He had a very good string. He bowled very good.
And I know you two guys will still get along even after all this.
Definitely. Oh, yes.
Well, Bob, we do have the runner-up check for you for $125, a copy of Jim Fairhurst's new book, and the runner-up plaque from the N&R Trophy Company of Winchendon, and also our best wishes, and perhaps we'll see you again soon.
I'm sure you will.
All right. Thank you very much, Bob. Congratulations to you. And now Bob Moran over on lane 31 is going to try and win somebody at home some money. $70 in our bonus ball jackpot. And that looks like another pretty good hit. Had 2 9s the last 2 weeks. This time it'll be an 8. Bob, you can come on over and we'll chat here in just a second. We're looking for a match on an 8, and it will not happen, unfortunately, for Chet French Jr. from Ware, New Hampshire, whose guess was a 7, so Chet will be getting a TB50 NHCBA desk pen from us. And Bob Moran, congratulations. That first string must have felt real good.
It was great. I know the kind of bowler Bobby is, and my game plan was get everything I can up front, because I know he's tough coming from behind. He beat me the last 2 games in total.
That's right. It was pretty even the last 2.
He's a good competitor, good friend, too.
Well, congratulations to you, and we'll be seeing you next week. Skip Paronto will be here. We'll be looking forward to another good match.
Hope so. Thanks a lot, Doug.
All right, Bob Moran, our champion, will be returning next week for Dan Murphy and the whole TV50 Sports crew. So long, everybody, from Sandy's.